Welcome, millionaires and billionaires. As always, I aim to bring you truth, knowledge, and wisdom to assist you in your journey to crypto. So in this video, guys, I'll be explaining to you why the human is an animal until it is lived above its human conditions. So I'll be explaining what a human is versus what an animal is. Then I'll make the connection, the link that distinguishes an animal from a human, and you can make your mind to see whether it makes sense to you. And if you are new to the channel, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe to stay up to date with crypto related videos and also awakening videos. So what I've determined to do is to include, because I do have a personal channel where I speak about awakening, spirituality. So I'm just going to intertwine those two channels into just Visionary DeFi, and then I'll make videos about crypto and then about spirituality, but then I'll make a connection in between also, and they will be relatable to each other. So I'm only making this video is because to show you that like nothing really matters. It's all an experience. Just keep that in mind. Nothing matters. It's all an experience, but these experiences have consequences. So what is a human? A human is just a machine. The human itself is a machine. It's not a sentient being. It doesn't really have consciousness until you put consciousness inside of it, which is who you are. So it's just like having perfect example. It's building a robot, but then after the robot is completed, then I guess this could be a perfect analogy too. And once you build the sideboard robot, then it doesn't really move, it doesn't have any functions until you put the program inside of the robot. So that's when it can function, it can move, it can maneuver around. It's the same thing with the human. The human is a machine. This is flesh, bones, it's a machine. So you use the machine to navigate your physical experience, your physical world. And how you can take care of the machine, and then the machine will take care of you. Based on what you feed the machine, it's going to perform better versus putting things that detox the machine, the body, and then it will run on less performance. Similar to a car, if you put bad diesel or bad gas in it, it's going to run poorly. But if you put good gas in it and keep it maintained, it's going to perform, and it's going to outlive many other cars. Same thing with the human body. If you take care of it, you maintain it, it can last. The body was designed to last hundreds of years, close to even thousands of years. But based on what we feed it and how we take care of it, it cannot last that long. It just it decays and it falls away, and then it becomes dust. So it is a machine, and the difference between an animal is an animal does not have a consciousness. So therefore the animal can, it just runs on instinct, so it operates below the consciousness. So if a decision was to be confronted with the animal, it wouldn't know what to do because it couldn't think, it couldn't observe. It just operates on instinct, fight or flight, or most animals, they just live in I guess as an automated puzzle piece in this picture of this reality. So in each of nature's creatures, have a purpose, and they have a time of death as well. So everything is just a construct. It's a simulation that you are experiencing. And what I've been realizing lately is the future is created months, weeks, and even years ahead before you experience it. So that's why you create your future in the past, and which is the present moment now. So the present moment will become the past. This is where you create your reality, and it manifests in the future. Once it's manifested in the future, you can't do anything to change it because it's been created too far ahead. So similar to the previous video where you were making the dish, if you've already created the dish, you can't go and add more live ingredients to it. So it's just not going to taste the same. It's just not going to be the same dish. So the decision that's been confronted with the animal, it cannot make a decision because they don't have the mind to observe and to analyze, to process what's the decision, the decision that's in front of it. So the human then becomes a spirit, which is it can evolve. You can transcend humanism by, let's say, for example, if a person kills another person, would you consider that person, to me, would be defined as an animal because it doesn't value a life? So that means it's operating on instinctive behaviors, because it doesn't think about I guess not only does it think about the other person's life, it doesn't calculate in the mind that you are also the other person. So if you kill the other person, you kill a version of you. You kill a version of yourself. So there's multiple realities, and then there's multiple versions of you in different realities. And there's also reflections of you, reflection of your subconsciousness in other people, as other beings as well. So for example, if you see a butterfly, that can represent an aspect of you, because it can depict beauty. So you have that beauty side of you, and you also have the ugly side of you as well. So for example, if you remove the consciousness from the human body, and what are you left with? You're left with a vessel, you're left with a machine that doesn't have the mental capacity to think, to observe, to make a decision. So essentially it becomes a robot, and then it becomes a zombie. This is what a zombie is, a human body without the mind. The mind is what makes you you, and also the consciousness is what makes you you. So if you just have the physical body without the mind and without the consciousness, then it's just an animal. And a lot of people are operating below that consciousness because there's many factors that creates this circumstance that the human is living below consciousness. Most people are living below consciousness, which is the masses. So if you are living below consciousness, you are not operating on the same let's say definition as a spirit, or as a being who is not classified as an animal. So you are a spirit within the body. You are a ghost. It's all different names, but it's the same thing. You're a ghost, spirit, energy within the body, because the soul is nothing but pure energy. The spirit is nothing but pure energy and light. So it's inside of the physical body, which is you, that is the person you are. So if the body, and when the body dies, you don't die because you were never the body. You were inside of the body. You were the spirit inside of the body, because the spirit is energy, and you cannot destroy or create energy. So that means energy has always been, and energy will always be. So therefore you will always be. You are infinite, because nothing can destroy you, because you are energy. You are consciousness. You are pure energy. This is what the spirit is, because that's why you can't see electricity. It's the same thing what a soul is. It's the same thing what a spirit is. A spirit is just light. It's just uh, it is essentially electricity. It's also it's energy. So you can't see it, but it's there, and it has all its full awareness. Just like I'm speaking to you now. Let's say if I were to pass away and this physical body were no longer here, I could still be here in my spirit form with all of this awareness. This is the reason why you have vivid dreams sometimes, because you become awake in your dreams and you are observing that reality. It's in a different dimension, so it feels like it was real, but it was real because it was an experience. But most people remember the dream as a dream, but the dream is actually an experience, a real experience. Sometimes you're just not conscious, aware of it, of the dream, so you don't really remember it or see it as vivid as. Or sometimes you can become awake in the dream, and then the dream is real. So then you realize you're dreaming. That's another aspect of it. Then you can manipulate the dream, control the dream, because your minds create your reality. But in the dream state, everything manifests instantly. There's just a delay in the physical world, in the physical reality. When you think of a thought now in the physical world, there's so much matter, there's so much denseness. It has to filter, and then takes time to manifest itself, because the universe has to rearrange all this matter to create circumstances and events. It's those are the puzzle pieces, so it gets very deep. So this is why the human itself cannot be defined as a being. It is an animal, it is a robot, it is a droid, until you put a sentient being in it, like the soul. And then, but the person can be inside of the body and be asleep. So this is why you have sleepwalkers. The person is not there, but the person is inside the body, but it doesn't have awareness. It's not awake, it's not there. It's sleeping inside of the body. So the body can operate and function on its own, because everything operates on a subconscious level. This is why you don't really create your reality, you don't really control your reality. This is why a zombie or a sleepwalker the body is able to function, because the subconscious is controlling it. So this is how your subconscious controls your daily life as well. And if you don't wake up and be conscious and aware of what's creating the life that the subconscious is creating for you, and where it's maneuvering you and where it's driving you, because it's at the driver's seat, until you wake up and take the driver's seat and put the subconscious in the passenger side, your life is being lived. You are not living your life. You are just in the passenger seat of your life, but you have to take control through the mental plane. This is where you think of what you want, you visualize it, you see how it will feel to be experiencing that lifestyle or that reality you are visualizing, and affix it with positive emotions, and then always have that faith, that strong faith that it will happen. Then it will happen by law, and by law of attraction, by law of the universe, it must happen. And what's going to happen within the next few months, I would give it 6 months, is going to change the entire world. I will make a future video about this to go more into depth. It will change the world as we know it. So wherever you are, you will remember that day until you passed away from this physical reality, because it will last. It will make its mark on people for decades to come. So there's a big change that's coming that's gonna fuel cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency will become the one financial currency, and it will create millionaires and even billionaires and even trillionaires. So you have to prepare for the wealth transfer that's coming as well. So that way you get the opportunity to change your life and change the life of the people around you. And what's coming, it's a good things and also negative thing that's also coming as well. So there's going to be a lot of destructions, especially in the major cities, because everything has to come down for a new civilization to be built. So you can't just have the same construct overlaying the new civilization. Everything has to fall, collapse, financial system, and everything, school system, ideology, history, everything will come apart, and then that's when we will witness that we were living in a totally different reality than what we thought we were living in. So that big change is coming, but it's going to impact a lot of people, whether you're on the negative side of it or on the positive side of it. Has all to do with your mental thoughts, if you were being positive or negative. So you will start to notice a lot of natural disasters, man-made disasters that's coming mostly. Then you will see the invasion of an alien, but there's truth in it. There's a lot of non-truth. So it's just being orchestrated by the powers ahead, so which is the other entities, other aliens that's inside of other beings. Like I said, the aliens can embody this vessel as well, the human vessel as well, by transferring of consciousness. So I'll see you guys in a later video. The link to the main Telegram, if you like to find more information about spirituality, crypto, universe, join the main Bull Run Telegram in the link description below. I'll see you there.